Hi, I'm Dr. Paula Koger at the University of Life. No degrees except you enhance your degree of perfection. No charge, but we give you a charge. Energetic charge. I've discovered many things about what it takes to increase our energy, our charge, our passion. I just had a call from a young woman in Italy who has been my client for 16 years, discovering herself. And now, being in Italy, it just came to me as she's seeking to find what's right for her and struggling to find what's right for her. Today, it absolutely came through to me and to her simultaneously what's right for her. Isn't that wonderful? What's right for her we got today is that she be a teacher of English at a university in Italy. She's an awesome communicator, an awesome teacher. It's so right for her, and it's so right for the world to have that connection of her to a country. It's a gift. And I realize as I go through this experience of life after 76 years that my gift has always been there, and that I really didn't know what to do with it. I've been in healthcare for 56 years and a professor of nursing and a counselor and a doctor of Oriental medicine and a nurse in every field and a massage therapist and a healer in every dimension. And the thing I really know is that now this is my path. To communicate and share with you all there is that I know, that I've found, that can help you activate, discover, reveal, uncover what's in you that is your actual gift and potential. It's exciting. My husband, David, who was a road and bridge engineer and a vet, Vietnam vet for 2 tours. Thank you, David. Is also a gifted craftsman. And he has been looking for what to do now. And all of a sudden it came to me that, darling, your opportunity is to share your craftsman gifts with the world and to make jewelry that is EMF stress protecting, that is beautiful. So he gave me this, and I love it. Wow. So in each of us, no two of us look alike. When we get down to the bottom line of what we're here to share, to accomplish, to represent, no two of us are alike. We maybe haven't done the full survey of everybody, but more than likely, we're not alike. We each have a different way of expressing ourselves. Now, how this relates to health and how this relates to you becoming your doctor, which was talked about in the first video, is that things get in the way of our full expression of who we are. Things, lots of things. Things from our generations past. I had in my generations past a lot of relationships to clear from kings and queens. A lot of royal disaster stuff, burden stuff, need to save the world stuff, need to defend and protect the country stuff, because my chart, my past is filled with evidence that I am descendant from the kings and queens of Spain, England, and Ireland, Scotland too. So that, although it sounds impressive to me as I think about it, it's been the biggest burden I've had to clear, because being a king or queen and dealing with the stuff that goes on, the battling for power, the suppression of others, the need to control, all the things that go along with being a ruler, the need to be right, the need to have all the answers, the need not to miss a thing, which means judgment. All of that has been on my shoulders, and I have spent my lifetime so far removing it, releasing it. So you've got the generational burdens and the generational patterns of things that happen to you, traumas that happen to you, hangings, molestations, all of that stuff that we've carried to let go of, so we don't attract that kind of energy again. We set ourselves free from the past. We have to set ourselves free from what's stored in the unconscious, subconscious, conscious. In our body, mind, spirit, we have to set ourselves free from all of it. In the cells, the memory cells store every impression that gets through to us. Everything that people told us that wasn't kind and complimentary and supportive. Every time they told you to sit down and shut up. I got that one a lot because I liked it. All of that shut us down, and we can release it. It's ours to do. So as these impressions come up, these suppressions, these feelings of being suppressed come up, as you feel them, fears come up as you feel them. Limiting thoughts come up. As you feel them, that's the time to heal them. So I want to give you some techniques to heal them, because you understand that your higher power can heal all. I know you know that now because you saw the first video. And so we want to direct a higher power, because the higher power doesn't just take over and run us unless we let it, unless we invite it, unless we surrender to it, unless we direct it to where it is best to be sent. So we want to say to the higher power, now let's take what I'm doing, for example. And I will scrutinize what I felt this morning when I started to do it. I felt, wow, well, what will I say? How will I be perfect enough? So the desire to be perfect enough, to get it right, has been pressured on us, has been pressured on me. And it affects me, because when we're struggling to get it right, it makes it more difficult to be who we are expressing us. So if I were to release that, and it's a good idea for me to do that, to say to my unconscious, subconscious, conscious, my body, mind, spirit, to all my memories and generational patterns and all my ancestral DNA, RNA, past life patterns that I brought forward, not knowing how to leave them behind. And to all my mental blocks, all my emotional blocks, all my physical data that has been stored in me as I travel along the way and got screamed at or got put down or got whatever happened. I'm just going to ask my spiritual self, my superconscious self, to release all that, to massively, hugely, generously let it out of me. Delete it from my field of energy. And as I do that, I feel it happening. I feel the energy moving in me, leaving, sweeping, releasing traumas, energy moving like a cloud of light coming in and clearing me. And I breathe deeply because, of course, the breath takes us deeper. Breathing deep into the belly as this is happening because much stuff gets stored in the data bank that is the gut. You know, you've heard about the gut reaction. It's because the gut's grasping on to what is coming its way and holding it for us. What a friend, huh? Not so much. And the brain, and from the heart accumulates all. I wrote a book about that. All diseases come from the heart. It's free on my website, www.wealthofhealthcenter.com. I'm still releasing, and as I release, I can feel the pain in my heart releasing. And then it's clear. It's just cleared. There's nothing else to release. It's just cleared. Everybody tends to store things in a different area, like in a different chakra, energy center. And as I say that, I feel my superconscious going, let's not forget the chakra. Let's release all your resistance to knowing your perfection and what you're doing from your chakras. All 7 and whatever more there are, all of them. Release the data, fearing your imperfection. That's it. There it is. That's what I needed to do today, to clear the way for me to share with you what you can do to clear you. You are your physician. Most of the time we go to the doctor with the understanding that the doctor is going to give us something magical or suppressive or healing or do a technique that's going to cure whatever it is ailing us. The fact is, what's ailing us is so very deep and requires so very much to release And it requires as long as it takes individually to release it. I have actually been working on myself releasing 20, 26, 30 years, 40, I don't know, a long time. It's really a blessing to do it. I mean, people look at healing as a demand. You've got to put on the doctor to do it, and you've got to spend your money to get it. So they do something to get quick results and suppress their own capacity to heal themselves. I saw it as a nurse. I saw people doing it because they didn't know there was anything else to do. And the world still has limited information about what they can do to help themselves. And I want to be a leader, a facilitator, people knowing the truth about what's involved in setting themselves free to be all that they are. It's covered up by who they think they have to be to please the world, or who they've been trained to be to protect themselves, or to fit in, or to survive. But underneath all of that is such a clear direction. When that stuff is gone, there is such a clear direction as to where the journey is to lead us, what our path is. And it's always right for us because God knows best. We just have to get to that. We have to get to that place of trusting that the source of all good knows our good and will give us our good if we release what's in the way of our good. Now, I grew up in a church, and all my life we prayed. And it was great. It is great. And yet there was always something missing, like exactly how to ask and receive. And what was missing from asking and receiving was how to find out what's in the way of receiving and how to hold a vision of having, how to hold the vision of having long enough to manifest it. Seeing is having. It's believing and it's having and it's manifesting. Seeing it in our third eye, in our vision center of possibilities. Holding the vision, creating a vision that represents us being in the place we have always sort of wanted to be, but not been in. So now the challenge is to go ahead and move in, clear out what's in the way every day until it's all gone, and then move in to where you are already there in your mind's eye. You're already there. You're already sailing with the energy of manifesting your true job here, your true destiny here. And then you're drawn to what's right, what's best, what's true for you. Sounds like a plan. It's a plan that you can, you will. It's yours to allow to come in. When? Now.